If a beetle walks along a perfect circle and completes exactly half the circle, what distance did the beetle travel if the circle it had followed had a radius of 5 centimeters? And then it also asks us what was the beetle's displacement. Okay, that sounds relatively straightforward. But I think to help me out, I'm going to start by trying to draw a sketch of this situation. And, I've had it kind of hardwired into me to, when I draw a circle to often start in trigonometry class, right? You always kind of go in this orientation. So I don't know, maybe I'm making a joke there. I could have gone the other way, but I'm just going to say that, or I could have done a lower half, right? But I'm going to say here's a half circle, like, right? So maybe this represents the initial position of the beetle as it walks along this half circle. Maybe that represents the final position, and the radius here, maybe I'll just put a dotted line in for the radius here, is given to us right there as 5 centimeters at, I guess, at 3 sig figs, but I just wrote 5 centimeters here. So normally, right, if we wanted to find the full distance around the circle, that would be the circumference, and that would be 2 pi r, right? Circumference is equal to 2 pi r, in other words. But in this case, I'm talking about maybe an arc length that represents this half circle, and since it's half of that, I'm just going to say that the formula for that is going to be pi times r, and in this case, I think that means I'm going to take pi multiplied by 5 centimeters. And so now I can go to my calculator, and my calculator's got a handy little pi button, but maybe we could just put in like 3.14. You'll probably get, I think that's also 3 sig figs. So for science class, that would be good enough if you wanted to, if you didn't have that button for some reason. Who doesn't have that these days, though, right? But anyways, I put that in, and I got 15.7 centimeters for the distance. But then it also says what was the beetle's displacement. So this, maybe just to keep things simple here, I'm just going to box this as my answer to the first question. Maybe I'll put a little 1 here. That's for the first question, right? But for the second question, what was the beetle's displacement? Well, that's kind of final minus initial, or really it's just the straight line distance between final and initial. Well, half of that is the radius, is 5 centimeters. It's really a diameter that we're talking about, right? So that's just going to be 10 centimeters. So I think I could just verbally talk my way through that. I don't necessarily need to write like a formula for that. So I'm going to put 10 centimeters, put a box around that, maybe put a little 2 up here to make it really clear that I'm answering that second question. And that makes me, I think, ready to check those answers. And the one thing maybe I didn't do there, and I've kind of said I'm not too picky about this in this class, so hopefully everyone can forgive me, is to properly indicate the 3 sig fig certainty of this answer. I probably should have said 10.0 centimeters, so I'll make that correction real quick there.